everyone, welcome back to our channel. Let's start with the news today. What happened to Russia Air Force? US official expert stumped. Before Russia's invasion of Ukraine, US intelligence had predicted a blistering assault by Moscow that would quickly mobilize the vast Russian air power that is military assembled in order to dominate Ukraine's skies. But the first 6 days have confounded those expectations and instead seen Moscow act far more delicately with its air powers, so much so that US officials can exactly explain what driving Russia's apparent risk-averse behavior. They're not necessarily willing to take high risks with their own aircraft and their own pilots, a senior US defense official said, speaking on condition of anonymity, vastly outmatched by Russia military in terms of raw number and firepower. Ukraine's own Air Force is still flying and its air defense are still deemed to be viable, a fact that is baffling military expert. After the opening sunburst of the world on February 24, analysis expected to the Russian military to try to immediately destroy Ukrainian Air Force and air defense. That would have been the logical and widely anticipated next step, as seen in almost every military conflict since 1938. Wrote the Rusi think tank in London in an article called "The Mysterious Case of the Missing Russian Air Force." Instead, Ukrainian Air Force fighter jets are still carrying out low-level defensive counter-air and ground attack sorties. Russia is still flying through contested airspace. Ukrainian troops with a surface-to-air rockets are able to threaten Russian aircraft and create risk to Russian pilots trying to support ground force. There are a lot of stuff they are doing that perplexing, said Robley, a Russian military specialist at the Foreign Policy Research Institute. He thought the beginning of the war would be maximum use of force, because every day it goes on their coast and the risk goes up, and they are not doing that, and it's just really hard to explain for any realistic reason. The confusion over how Russia has used its air force comes as President Joe Biden administration rejects a call by Kiev for a no-fly zone that could draw the United States directly into a conflict with Russia, whose plans for its air force are unclear. Military experts have seen evidence of a lack of Russian Air Force coordination with ground troops formation, with multiple Russian columns of troops sent forward beyond the reach of their own air defense cover. They leave Russian soldiers vulnerable to attack from Ukrainian forces, including those newly equipped with Turkish drone and US British and anti-tank missiles. David Deptula, a retired US Air Force 3-star general who once commanded the no-fly zone over northern Iraq, said he was surprised that Russia didn't work harder to establish air dominance from the start. The Russians are discovering that coordination multi-domain operation is not easy, Deptula told Reuters, and that they are not as good as they presumed they were. While the Russians have been underperforming, the Ukrainian military has been exceeding expectations so far. Ukrainian experience from the last 8 years of fighting with Russian-backed separatist forces in the east was dominated by a static World War I style trained warfare. By contrast, Russian forces got combat experience in Syria, where they intervene on the side of President Bashar al-Assad and demonstrate some ability to synchronize ground maneuvers with air and drone attack. Ukrainian ability to keep flying Air Force just is a visible demonstration of the country's resilient silence in the face of attack has been a moral booster, both to its own military and Ukraine people, experts say. It has also led to a mythologizing of the Ukrainian Air Force, including a tale about Ukrainian jet fighter that purportedly single-handedly down 6 Russian aircraft, dubbed online as the Ghost of Kiev. A Reuters fact-check showed how a clip from a video game digital combat simulator was miscaptioned online to claim it was an actual Ukrainian fighter jet shooting down a Russian plane. Biden led a standing ovation in support of Ukrainian in his State of the Union speech on Tuesday, praising their determination and mocking Putin for thinking he could just roll into Ukraine unopposed. Instead, he met a world of a strength he never imagined. He met the Ukrainian people, Biden said. The United States estimates that Russia is using just over 75 aircraft in its Ukraine invasion, the senior U.S. official said, ahead of the invasion. Official and estimate that Russia had potentially redirected hundreds of the thousands of aircraft in its Air Force for Ukrainian mission. However, the senior U.S. official on Tuesday declined to estimate how many Russian combat aircraft, including attack helicopter, might still be available and outside Ukraine. Both sides are taking losses. We do have indication that they are lost some aircraft, but so have the Ukrainians, the official said. The airspace is actively contested every day. This is the end of our news today. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe for our channel. Thank you.